Hey guys, Tom here with Permaculture Wilmington. I wanted to tell you a little something I learned about dog food. It was actually invented because we ran out of metals during the war, World War I or II, I believe, one or the other. But we weren't allowed to use metal to produce animal food anymore. So canned food and things were no longer available to people. So Purina came up with a method of getting what we see today, basically the kibble. So without explaining a whole lot of stuff, just making it short and sweet, Purina invented the whole bagging process of putting dog foods and making them available in bag form in what we see today. So what we have is basically food for dogs that has been cooked at like 8,000 degrees. There is literally nothing in it, guys. So if I were to bring you over here and show you this, this is what we buy. I mean, we mix a couple things in for our dog because we know better, but like the actual cardboard that's there's nothing to it for our dogs, and that's one of the reasons we're having so many problems with dogs dying and having cancers, and their bodies are not strong enough to protect them against these things. We need to give them the enzymes that they're not getting and the minerals that they're not getting. And I mean, they get enough bacteria and microbes in their system from just walking around. I believe the best thing you can do is actually take your dog into the woods. And the same thing with us. We can inoculate our bodies with microbes that are very beneficial for us by simply walking into the woods and being in an environment that hasn't been disturbed by man. So that's really important, guys. But the other thing that we can do is make freezy treats. This is for my Instapot. What we do is I throw in some deer, which is like, you want meat. So I use deer because I don't have to worry about the antibiotics that are in a lot of the farmed animals that we have today. So deer is great, and then I always throw in some rice as a filler. We want to give our dogs, a good concentration of proteins and starches, because starches are really what run the body, and the proteins from the meat are what run the body, and they need the fat from the meat for their brains, just like we do. So that's why we make the mix that we do. We make sure we get some animal meat in it, and we have some starches in it as well, and then we put some medicinal properties in it for them, like carrots. Things that are beneficial to them, a little bit of turmeric, some rosemary. These are things that we've researched, and I always make sure to put kelp. My dog loves kelp, and her attitude has increased so much better, so much just happier, bouncing around, jumping, and her coat's prettier. So, I mean, in terms of health, guys, this is actually what we need to be feeding our dogs, and our pets in general. We need to be doing things like this where they get natural enzymes they're not getting in the pre-made foods that we're buying, that are just like the foods in the store that we eat. They're not real food. They've been processed, and they don't have the nutritional value that we need to sustain. So it's important that we have the understanding that it's not just us, guys, it's our dogs, our pets too, and we need to be aware of that. So a way around it is to use a blender, or to cook like a batch, like a roast, basically. This is like a stew, and then I don't put a whole lot of water in it, and I put a lot of rice, so that way the rice will absorb a lot of the water, makes it into like a thicker consistency. We make ice cubes out of this solution that we make, this watered down mix that's been blended, and then we put that in the freezer. And once we get it out, once these are frozen into cubes, we put it into plastic bags or into glass jars, or some kind of container that we have. But guys, this is I'm telling you, this is an easy way to make really cheap dog treats. I mean, if you guys have checked out the prices that we pay for dog treats, it is outrageous. It drives me insane. It's crazy. So guys, this is just an easy way to get these things that are very easily available to a lot of us. I mean, I know a lot of guys don't have deer meat, so unless you hunt or you have land or something, or know a hunter, then it's kind of hard to acquire meat as clean and as wonderful for digestion as a venison. But it's definitely an option for you. Look out for that if you know somebody that hunts. See if they'll give you some of their scraps or something after they trim the deer. Guys, today I want to leave you with one basic thought, and that is our dogs are just as important as us in terms of what they eat and the nutrition that they get. So if it's cardboard that we're giving them, which is, if it's just nothing but cardboard, we need to think about this rationally. If we're doing things to improve our diets because we know this is bad, and we know the products that we're getting that are no different. So if we look at the things that we get, I mean, these are all, if they're in a box and they're packaged, they have been processed one way or another. There has been something done to them. And we need to be aware that when you do things to plants and to the foods that we eat, and take them out of their natural states, we are removing nutritional properties. And we need to compensate for that by either having a diverse diet, biodiverse diet, where we eat a lot of different things, and we don't cook everything. Super important that everything you eat is not cooked. I mean, everything that I've read, even microbiologists that are standing up going, how do we not have to spend money to get healthy, are saying we have to eat one new thing a week. And that's it, guys. Just one new thing, and it not be cooked. So one new thing, not cooked, like a fruit. Eat a fruit that you haven't eaten before, eat a nut you haven't eaten, eat a leaf, have a salad with a different kind of lettuce. There's hundreds of thousands of lettuces out there. It's amazing how many there are. But guys, just want to leave you with some thoughts today. These are all things we need to be thinking about. If we love our dogs, if you guys love your dog as much as I love mine, you want your dog to live a long time, and we've got a special one we don't want to let go of. Our Maggie means a lot to us. So guys, this is how we show her we care. We give her things that help her live a happier, more sustainable life. All right, guys? So enjoy. Tom with Permaculture Wilmington.